Hey y'all, I want to talk a little bit about the visual rhetorical analysis. And so I've got this up here for you, but I want to talk for a second about what rhetoric is. I have a whole PowerPoint presentation about what it is, so I just want to kind of give you an idea. Basically, rhetoric is the art of persuasion. So how are we persuaded to do things? And it's usually somebody's rhetoric that helps us or helps persuade us to feel a certain way or buy a certain product. So for this assignment, you are going to do an analysis, a rhetorical analysis of an advertisement. Advertisements, are famous because basically they try to manipulate you like kind of just immediately. And so we're going to use those because I think it's one of the easier things to analyze, and it'll help you get a handle on rhetoric kind of first and foremost. And I do know that in English 112, most teachers do a rhetorical analysis of a text. I know I do. So, and I feel like most people do. So anyway, let's talk about your objectives for a second. So what are the objectives for this assignment? Develop analytical thinking skills. I want you to think by looking at a text. You can do that. And so you're going to look at three things first when you're looking at this advertisement. Who is my author? And that's almost always the company. Who is my audience? Who are they writing this for? And so that's based on a couple things, but a lot of times since we're doing advertisements, where did the advertisement come from? And so that's why I want you to use a magazine ad, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. And then the purpose. What are they trying to do? Obviously, they're trying to sell you a product, but a lot of times there's something a little bit deeper that they're trying to get you to believe or do, because if they sell you and they make you loyal, then that's even better than just getting you to buy a product one time, right? So, author, audience, purpose, and then we're going to look at the rhetorical appeals, which are ethos, pathos, and logos. So, ethos, and I'm going to do them in this order here. Ethos is the appeal to credibility. So, we look at the author and we say, do I trust them? How reliable are they? And then logos. Logos is the appeal to logic, and that's where you're going to see statistics. 100% of people do this. 20 car owners believe that this was the best one ever. And then pathos is the appeal to emotion. Now, I would say that pathos is probably going to be the big chunk of most of your ads. So kind of keep that in your mind, because think about it. What they're doing is they're painting a picture immediately for you to look at. And a lot of times pictures are more emotional than they are logical. So, and then I'm going to give you your thesis right now. You're going to die. No, you're not. It's great. So you're going to tell me whether the article is effective or ineffective, and that's it. Okay? And then I say articulate an organized and clear analysis. Well, I'm going to help you organize it pretty much. So basically, the thing that you can get hit pretty hard is your analysis itself. But hopefully, we'll have that done. Okay, so then the assignment, you need to select an advertisement. I want it to be a magazine ad. And I know that you might think I'm asking you a lot. You don't have to get a subscription. You don't have to go buy anything. If you go to Coastal, you can look at like 1 million magazines. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is, instead of tearing something out and bringing it, just go to a place that has magazines. Maybe you'll go to a doctor. Maybe not. Who knows? But anyway, whenever you find your ad, number one, remember where it was. Get your little phones out. Click. And take a picture of it. And just remember where it was. So there's a couple things that I want you to do whenever you pick this ad. Number one, the advertisement has to be American. And the reason for that is I think we'll just understand the context of American ads a little bit better. Sometimes we may not understand the humor or the sarcasm of like another country's advertisement. So that's why I say let's just keep it American and move on with that. The ad has to have some text, and that'll help you analyze probably logos more than anything, but maybe a little bit of ethos. And so that's why I say you need a little bit of text. It must be for a specific product. Please, no political ads. I know right now we want to, but no, let's just do a product. Okay? It needs to be contemporary. I say in the last 10 years, but honestly, I don't see why you couldn't have a 2020 ad. Maybe a last year ad could be okay. And then the advertisement must appear in print, and I say in a magazine. And the reason why is sometimes you get a little bit of context from the magazine itself. For example, if you saw an ad that was published in Men's Health magazine, well, then you would know that the audience was probably men, and that would be just an easy kind of giveaway. But if you found the same ad online, you may not know that it was for men at all, and so that it may not help you as much. So I would say definitely know where that ad came from. Okay? So if you don't do this, you're going to lose some points. Okay? Analyze your selection, and that's what I kind of talked about already. What is the audience, the author, audience, purpose, ethos, pathos, logos. Okay? And then look at the quality of the ad. Does it succeed or fail? Okay, and we're going to do the same thing, peer review. I'm not going to require you to go to the Writer Center after this one, because I think if you liked it, you liked it. If you don't, you don't, but I just wanted you to try it. Okay, and then let's go to kind of the requirements. I want you to use third person. He, she, they, it, them, no first or second person. So if you're talking about what the audience, or excuse me, what the ad is trying to do, is trying to make the audience feel a certain type of way instead of it's trying to make me feel a certain type of way. That's kind of how I look at it. It needs to be 3 pages, proper MLA formatting. If you have any questions about that, let me know, because I can show you what it would look like. I do want you to have a works cited page, but the only thing that you're going to cite is the ad itself. So we'll look at how to cite an ad at some point. Okay, and then obviously show that you follow directions. And so we'll talk a lot about like how this is going to be set up and kind of what we're looking for and what a thesis will look like, but we'll go over that a little bit later. All right, y'all. This is the beginning. Don't stress too much. We are going to have a wonderful time doing this. This is one of my favorite essays to write. All right, y'all. Have a good day.